Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. I am Safety Boy, but we are here at what is potentially the last day of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo on the actual show floor. I suspect they might open all of them up or do something interesting between the 1st and 4th of December, so bear that in mind. Today is the new manufacturers though, so let's take a look at what they have to offer. So when I say new manufacturers, what's meant by that in Star Citizen is new manufacturers effectively in lore. And we have the Argos here. So the Argos do these MPVUs? There's lots of letters that, MPUV. So there's a personal transport one. So this is the P version. And there's the C version, the cargo Argo. And basically these are supposed to be little tiny utility aircraft to help on capital ships and larger ships, move cargo from A to B, move passengers from A to B, that sort of stuff. They were on the original Morrow tour when we had the first Squadron 42 sort of like walk around experience around Idris. People saw them and were like, oh, we want them. But they're going to feature a lot more in Squadron 42. I suspect that they'll be used a reasonable amount in the verse, maybe. We'll have to see how much shuttling is needed because they don't have their own quantum drives. We've got the Arrow, which is still available. What else have we got that's flyable and rentable today? And to just rent something, just walk up to it, press F, left click, or hold F, left click, and then click on rent. Boom! And you've got it. You've got the Tumbrils and the variants here as well. Get out of here. You've got the Tumbrils and the variants here. We've got the TR variant, which is one with a turret. It is effectively 3-man, so you can have 2 people in the front, and then 1 person manning the turret in the rear. I love it. I think it's an amazing little vehicle. What's this one? This is the RN. This is the recon version. This is going to be used for scanning stuff on the ground, dropping nav beacons, things like that. Very useful for mapping planets and like scouting enemy areas. We've got the anti-air version here. So this has got an EMP and anti-aircraft missiles, but the EMP is probably enough to scare a lot of ships off. And then we just got the standard Cyclone here. And the standard one has room for cargo in the back, though, which is useful for certain ships, especially things like the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie, for example, can't carry any cargo itself, but it can carry vehicles. So you could put one of these in the back and then have 1 SCU of cargo space as well. That sort of thing. And we have the racing variant as well. Going to be really useful for scramble races. That one and the turreted version. Actually, maybe the anti-air version with the EMP. That's the sound of an EMP going off. I haven't really played around with the Tumbril Cyclones much. Only really the standard one and the turreted one. But I'll have a look at the rest at some point. Potentially today. So we have Kruger Intergalactic's P series, and we've got the P-52 here. This is a parasite or snub fighter. These will be sold with the Andromeda and the Aquila, I believe, and the P-72 comes with the Phoenix. And basically, they are little tiny craft that are used for combat or ferrying people from one place to another, but they do not have their own quantum drive, and basically they are much more reliant on their parent ship or very short range. So we're not going to have those docking with constellations anytime soon, or undocking. Basically, they require multigrid physics tech to be done, and then ship-to-station docking, then ship-to-ship docking, and parasite docking with that. So it's a while off, so bear that in mind. I did think it was a lot sooner, but it's unfortunately not. Then we've got the Mustangs, and these appear to be the last ships on show today. There's going to be a lot being sold, though. A lot in concept still. So we've got the Mustang Beta here. This one has a living area in the rear. So you have like your bed and all that sort of jazz. That is going to be your exploration variant. We have the Gamma here. This is the racing one. The AMD version, the Omega, is basically just a reskinned version of this one. It is, I believe, got another engine or fuel intake or something. It is meant for racing, basically. You've got the Delta, which is the combat version with missile pods. This is the first time we saw missile pods in the game. Pew, pew, pew. I say missile pods, rocket pods is probably a more accurate description, because that's what they are. They they just fire forward. Pew! But I actually really like the Delta. I like the way it looks. This dude chilling out in there. We also have the Mustang Alpha, which is my favourite starter ship. It's got cargo. It's got guns. It's got upgrades, so you can put some more guns on it. What more do you need? It's better than the Aurora. Haha, I said it. I said it and I mean it. I really like the Mustangs for starter ships anyway. I do recommend, though, if people are looking to spend a little tiny bit more IRL money, that they consider an Avenger Titan. Yeah, that was today's expo. Let's have a look at the websites. So let's have a look what we have here. So we've got the Grey Cat, little golf buggy, basically. Might be fun to mess around with, but I don't actually see much use for it currently in the verse, other than a total mess around vehicle. We've got the P-52, which is that parasite snub, very short range. And we've got the Mustang Alpha. Now, I'm thinking that between the 1st and 4th of December, we are going to get cheaper game packages and cheaper starter ships, potentially. So if you are looking to get a starter ship today, potentially look tomorrow, 1st December to 4th of December. Check out then, see if there's any deals going on. We've got the Cargo Argo. Again, no quantum drive. We've got the Mustang Beta. We've got the, or Beta, however you want to call it. We've got the Pargo Argo, the personal, the people carrier version. We've got the Cyclones. We got the Gamma. We got, what else have we got? Else, yeah, the Delta. So they're all pretty cool. Pretty cool that you can use it now. And I recommend everyone gives them a test if they are on today. And then what have we got from the concept in production type stuff that is purchasable, but not on display or sale at the moment? We've got the P-72, as we talked about. That's the more luxury version of the P-52 snub. We've got the Tumbril Nova tank. Now, I'm so sad that this wasn't on display today, but it is the first tank we have in Star Citizen, proper militarized combat vehicle. It's the first fully militarized sort of like thing we've seen on the ground. And one of the few ways of taking one of these to the ground is going to be with the Hercules, and we'll come on to that in a minute. Got the Mercury Star Runner. I think a lot of people were hoping the Star Runner, which is sort of like this cargo data runner hybrid, Millennium Falcon-esque, slightly smugglery ship. I think people wanted that to be displayed in some way, but obviously it wasn't ready yet. Really cool ship, sort of small to medium size as well. It's pretty solid. We've got the Hercules as well. So there's the C2, M2, and A2. The C2 is the civilian version, can carry cargo or 2 tanks. We've got the M2, has a bit of a less carrying capacity, but it is more armoured. It is the militarized version. And then we have the A2, and the A2 is supposed to be this heavy bomber. It is dropping death bomber gunship thing on targets on the ground, I suppose. And it is incredibly expensive as well. It's a ridiculous price. It is also limited in hulls. Another of the limited hull ships is the Consolidated Outland Pioneer. They weren't selling land claims today, it doesn't appear, which is probably going to make the community a bit happier. You can see already the store credit ones have been entirely sold. We've got some limited stock left on the War Bond variants. I really like the A2, but it's far too expensive. It's ridiculous. It's twice the price of the C2. And another one of people's favourites, I say favourites, it's my mate Zen's favourite, is the Genesis Starliner. So this is this sort of like commercial air carrier, and had the sort of idea of maybe you'll be attendant staff walking around making sure your guests are happy, and that sort of stuff to get more and more money, to build a reputation, that sort of stuff to potentially make more money in the future. We're not entirely sure if that's going to be the final mechanics behind it, whether or not you're going to be able to be an air steward yourself and walk around the ship and do silly things like that, or whether it's going to be more of a, you just get people from A to B as quickly as you can and make sure they get off and that sort of stuff. Make sure that's all handled properly, and then you can build a business from there, and you'll get NPCs and players and that sort of stuff. I love some of these ships. Today is some of the coolest ships. I already have a Pioneer. It's one of the my guilty pleasure purchases. I don't like spending huge amounts of money on ships because, you know, you're about to get them in game, but it's something that I really wanted to explore gameplay mechanic-wise. The idea of the Pioneer building bases, building outposts on planets, and then being able to exploit resources from them, being able to run like whole bases and organizations from these is just really appealing. It's gameplay that I really want to delve into. But tell me what you think. Did you like any of the vehicles? Are you considering buying anything today? You consider buying the Mercury Star Runner? Seems to be quite a favourite. The Tumbril Nova Tonk, although ground vehicles look like they're going to be pretty cheap to purchase in-game with UEC eventually. And we are getting more and more things added to the game that are purchasable and that are going to be rentable very soon. I mean, I know that all this stuff is rentable now, but you know what I mean? There's going to be a proper rental mechanic permanently, not just for the sort of like special events or anything. It's going to be that kiosk in Levski. You're going to be able to go to Vantage Rentals and get vehicles. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you going to pick anything up? Are you not? Are you going to be waiting for tomorrow to see if they do anything exciting? Have you been surprised by the expo? Have you been disappointed by some of the days? Each day of the anniversary free flight, the Matadors are giving away 2 Star Citizen Drake Loot and Scoot Deluxe ship packages. They contain a copy of Star Citizen, a Cutlass Black with pirate skin, and a Dragonfly yellow jacket. Matadors are a Star Citizen pirate organization focused on PvP. They are looking for active players, both old and new, who want to get involved with group play and focused piracy gameplay, but also touch on industry and exploration. They have a huge range of ships for their members to use and are pretty damn self-sufficient. They are a banterous and extrovert bunch though, so be aware. Some would refer to them as infamous. They are, however, giving away a load of ill-gotten gains on my channel as prizes, so who am I to complain? Please check out more information about them in the links below. To have a chance of winning though, be subscribed to my YouTube channel and then comment on any of my videos on the channel from the 23rd to the 30th of November. Each day I will select 2 winners from videos that were created that day and announce them all on the 1st of December. So that's 14 chances to win, plus the normal monthly giveaway of the Saber Raven. If you are considering getting or upgrading your gaming PC for Star Citizen or any other game for that matter, instead, consider the Shadow Cloud gaming service. It's a subscription-based service that leverages your internet connection to turn any appropriate device, whether it be an old PC, smartphone, tablet, and more, into a powerful Windows 10 gaming PC. It's been working well in the latest 3.3.0 PTU patch of Star Citizen. I'm going to try and maintain a best practices guide on my website as well. More information is available in the links below, and if you do decide to try it, use the code BoredGamer to get a discount. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the verse.